My friend, my friend, my friend. You.
You and I are gonna tear shit up!
Should I stay or should I?
So the game starts off with you, AJ Garley, a nice white man, on his gap year holidays. But even though you're white, you get randomly ID'd. You take it to the complaints department, but they're not very helpful. Then you go and see the manager, who decides to help you, but even he can't resist the temptation and makes a joke about your mom. So here you get to see Pagan Min's real evil side, as he tortures your best friend. But soon enough, you get rescued by the rebels, but that also comes to a abrupt end. And this really is where the game begins and the problems start. So then you wake up next to this dead guy that tried to rescue you, but it doesn't really bother you that he's dead, and you take his knife, and all of a sudden, you become a stealth expert, and a gun expert also. And you literally show no remorse, having just killed a bunch of people. I mean, compare that to the reason you bought this game or play this game, Far Cry 3, where you see like a very extensive character development and an actual reason for you to kill somebody. Boom! Your brother's just being shot and some psychopath is telling you to run, and the game gets you to kill a pig and pick some flowers for the first mission just to introduce you to this Far Cry world. And yeah, you're probably saying to yourself, well, how many times can you do a tutorial mission? I mean, it's just pick up a gun, aim down the side, shoot a few barrels or something. But what these missions do is provide a backdrop to your character so you know how they're able to kill or they're not able to kill. And in this one, you never get that backstory, so you just don't know how he's able to kill that easily, and that really sucks because you never become the character, so it just remains a game to you and you're just mindlessly killing. Hoping for a good storyline, and that's really it. I think the best way to describe it would be go watch Rambo, don't watch any of the bits where he says he's ex-military or anything military related, and just watch his rampage, and then you notice how ridiculous this story was. Okay, the story is boring. Absolutely boring. I mean, if you were in the Aegis situation, the first thing you'd say is, this out of here. But you choose to stay and fight with the rebels, and fight you do. Throughout the game I was just hoping maybe there was a betrayal or something unexpected happens, or, well, which all of us were, fast returns, you know, but none of that really happens, and it's a very straightforward storyline. What you see on the mission title is what you get, and what this means is, sort of by the halfway point and near the end, you really don't care about the Golden Path or Pagan Min. You're just playing the game to end it, really, and that sucks. Compared to Far Cry 3, you did little mini missions that would add up to a bigger mission where you were gonna rescue one of your friends, and so to do your mission you had to do missions for the rebels and so on. And that fitted in really, really nicely. That was interesting to play. And in this, you're just doing the missions for Golden Path. There's nothing for you, there's nothing for anyone else. You're just thinking, why am I even doing these missions? I mean, Pagan Min doesn't even make an appearance in any missions. After the first one, to the end one, he doesn't make any appearance. And so why are you trying to fight the guy who doesn't even make any appearance? He isn't even a badass. Although the game does try and be different by offering you choices in your mission, so you can either side with Amito or Sabal. But believe me when I say this, it is linear. No, regardless of who you choose, it doesn't matter, because in the end you will get the same ending. Amito or Sabal, they just replace the character on screen. It's the same ending. The story was so bad. This is how I decided to end my story in this game.
One, you could shoot me, boring, or you could sit down, enjoy some food, and you and I will go scatter your mother's ashes together.
This my shit.
went for quite a few varied and extreme characters in this game, but what you end up with is a religious nutcase, some guy who just wants to cause chaos, some backstabbing agent, the conflicting main characters who get you to do everything, and once you do they're not really grateful for what you've done, and then the worst character, the villain. I mean, the one reason people absolutely loved Far Cry 3 was Vaas, the mental psychotic villain who was doing these crazy things, and that's what we wanted to see in the next Far Cry in this one. And Pagan Min just isn't that guy. He constantly speaks on the radio, there's nothing clever about him, he doesn't make any jokes, he's not the evil genius they portrayed in the adverts, and that was the biggest letdown. And then there's Rabi Ray Rana. You thought Pagan Min was annoying on the radio, wait till you hear this guy. I mean, literally he's recorded about an hour's worth of content and it's continually repeated every time you get into a vehicle. The jokes are repeated, they're funny the first time, but not the 10th time. That was where the developers were very, very lazy. I mean, they were so struck down on making these extremely varied characters that they forgot to make them interact with each other. Which means you're left with random characters and a random story, and that means no fun for you. When the game is this boring, you start to pick up on the little things and they become a bit annoying. I mean, we had these forts in Far Cry 3, so change something about them, make some in the jungles, or make them a bit tougher, but it's the same story here. You just sort of find an elevation, get a syringe, or not if you don't have to, and then just snipe away. And because the AI is this, it just runs into that space and you continually shoot, and that's it. And that's all you have to do. I mean, the helicopter's available straight away, which means you don't do any exploring by foot, and that's kind of annoying because you end up taking the shortcut. And on top of that, you get the grenade launcher, which is extremely OP, and the most f***ing stupid thing in the game. The eagles attack you. Why do eagles attack you? It makes no sense. And sticking with the animals, they decided to put all of them on the south side of the map, so they were available from the start and you could upgrade to the max. Now I know they did the fashion missions, but despite that I was hoping they would segregate the animals so that we had to wait a bit longer to get maximum crafting unlocked. And the missions are pretty repetitive, they're the same, just with a different person to kill at the end. Kind of summed up by the ending of the game, where it's the same ending, where the character you sided with the most shows up. And to sum it up really, it's a game where they went for quantity over quality, and that's a shame, given how good Far Cry 3 was. And that's the main points really, so if you like this video, subscribe, share and like, and be back for some more.